Good morning, everyone. It is 8:45, so it's quite late for me. My goodness, I got to sleep until 8 o'clock. It was lovely. Today we are going to Hubbard Glacier, and I'm going to get on a zodiac for the first time, so that should be exciting. And they're going to bring my breakfast here any moment, so I'm going to finish getting all the layers on, right? Wish me luck. I'll let you know how it goes. Here we have breakfast all set up on the table. Let's try that again. I'll stay on the stairs. Hi. So do you have a lift? I know that they said something about having gotten someone in a chair on it.
Yes, this sometimes comes out.
Oh, so this is the lift. Yeah. Okay, good. That's good.
You can see how it looks on the...
Oh, nice. There?
And this is the up and down.
And that's the mechanism? Yeah. Okay, good. Yeah, because I know a lot of people, you know, are hesitant if they're in a wheelchair as to how they're going to get on. Yeah. So
No, it comes
I'm not getting up.
No, next one?
Okay, yeah. All right. Oh, she goes up the waist, doesn't she? There's Hubbard. Look at that. Oh, our feet are supposed to be under there?
Oh.
Are they?
Don't know, but we do it for sailing.
Oh, we do? Okay.
They are expert sailors. We assume.
Okay.
And you can lean back and get the eventually.
Oh.
Alrighty. Good morning, folks. I'm going to be your captain today. And we're going to go take a look at Hubbard Glacier, which is a spectacular thing. There's only one rule on this captain's boat. Anybody care to guess what it is? Stay in the boat. Stay in the boat. There's no reason to get out of the boat, okay? Stay in the boat. So 20,000 years ago, the glacier went way out beyond the point of land you can see behind us. Oh, okay. It's retreated back since that time. Wow. Now, it's moving forward, but it moves forward in bits and spurts. So it's moved by plastic flow down beneath where you see all those lines. Then it's also got a layer of water on the bottom, so it moves along that layer of water, called basal surge. And so this thing can surge as much as 75 feet a day, wow, which is amazing. Okay? But also as it surges, the water in front of it, the tide water in front of it is working against it, so knocking it down. Huh. So it's trying to move forward, and tide water's trying to knock it back. Good luck. Come up here for reference. There's a nice piece. Look at that. That's a nice one. Look at that. Nice. Look at that. Yo. That was a beauty.
Oh, wow.
Piece of 12,000-year-old ice.
Oh my God.
Wow. Wow.
Wow.
How old?
Probably 10 to 12,000.
Wow. Oh my God.
Well, it's had to travel. It's had to travel 70 miles down that stream up there.
Hello, travelers. It is the end of day 5, and it was quite a day. So we were at Hubbard Glacier today, and I got the shore excursion where you take zodiacs out to the glacier, and let me say, this was so worth it. It is not a cheap excursion. It was $250, but it was worth every penny, in my opinion. So it was interesting because I actually met a lady there who was, at the time, she was sitting in a wheelchair, and I asked her if she would be okay with me filming how they handle helping someone who has physical challenges get onto a zodiac, because, I'm not the most coordinated person, and I was concerned. So I figure someone who has challenges are going to probably be even more concerned. But she absolutely said that I was certainly welcome to film her, and she can walk short distances from what I can tell with some help. And so they did not transport her chair to the Zodiac. However, once they got her on board, I was talking to Robert, as we called him, and he's the cruise director, and he was showing me that they actually have a lift that can handle a chair. And so they can get someone who is actually in a chair onto a Zodiac, and they do have facilities for that. So that was really something that I was pleased to see. Now, I don't know that they have the same facilities to get them in a kayak. I can't imagine they have a kayak that would accommodate a chair. But I didn't really inquire too closely. So if that is something you're interested in, I would absolutely recommend that you talk to their guest services and find out what kinds of accommodations they can make. And that was something that this lady actually said too, was that she worked with their guest services people, and they were able to outline all their programs and what kinds of things they could help her with and that sort of thing. And so that was really nice to see. It's always good to see when organizations are proactive with that sort of thing, and that they, put some real thought into it. So yeah. Anyway, so when it was her turn, and we were split into groups of, like, I think it's 8 per Zodiac. I don't think it could have fit anymore, so it's probably 8. And they each of the groups is assigned a different driver, of course, and you're told, who you're going to be with, and then they call your groups by the driver name. And so her group was called first, so I went down to the platform and was able to film her, and then I went back up to wait with my group, and then my group was called, and I wound up being the first person or not the first person, one of the first people to get onto the Zodiac of my group. And I had a big camera with me, and I had a bag that had spare batteries and that kind of thing, and other cameras and that sort of thing in it, and tons of layers of clothes, because they tell you need to wear a lot of layers because it's cold on those Zodiacs. You really do need to wear a lot of layers. And they also tell you that the outer layer needs to be waterproof. And so I had 2 pairs of pants plus the outer layer of pants that was nylon and waterproof. And then I had a thermal layer on my shirt, and then I had a regular shirt, and then I had a hoodie, and then I had a puffer jacket, and then I had the outer layer that was waterproof, which is the Seabourn jacket that they give you when you first get on. And it's something that they arrange to find out what your size is and all that ahead of the cruise. And so it sort of ensures that everybody has at least, a jacket that will fit them and will work as an outer barrier for moisture. So that was really good. And and then after that, we had to put our life jackets on top of that. And we may be a little indelicate here, but these life jackets are clearly not meant for women. The chest area tends to be a problem because it's made for someone to obviously wear it flat on their chest, and when there's impediments to flat on your chest, it kind of tries to choke you. And so they tried to adjust it here and there, but there was only so much they could do. Plus I had a neck gaiter on, and I had a hat on, and I had these heavy gloves. And so just walking with all those layers was kind of, I felt like a mummy or Frankenstein. Maybe I should have put my arms out and said, oh. But I got onto the zodiac, and he tells you need to sit down and then scoot because it's moving a lot. You know, we had swells, and so the boat is moving up and down. The ship is also moving up and down, not necessarily at the same time in the same way. And you step onto the sort of the edge of the zodiac, and then you step down to another step they had, and then you step onto the floor of the zodiac. Well, I got to the edge of the zodiac, I got the step, I got to the floor, and when I turned to sit down so I could scooch, boom, hit the floor. And of course they're all like, oh, you know, kind of going fluttering around me and going, I'm like, okay, I can do this, I can get myself up, give me a little space, you know. And I stood myself back up, and I sat back on the edge of the zodiac like I was supposed to, and then I scooted down, and it was fine. They're like, you're okay. It's like, no, I'm fine. I fell. It wasn't a big deal, you know, and it happens. But but them fluttering around you when you fall doesn't really make you feel like they think you're competent and able to stand up on your own, okay? So anyway, it is what it is. The Hubbard was really active today. One of the downsides of being in the zodiac is that there are people on opposite you all the time. So either your back is to the glacier, depending on, you know, how he's moving the zodiac around, or you're facing the glacier, but there's all these people in your way. So several times calving events happened, and I'm sitting there with this camera trying to capture them on video, and there's people right there, you know. So that was a little frustrating, but I also was able to see some of them and not film some of them. And so, you know, sometimes you just have to sort of be there in the moment as well and sort of enjoy that. Anyway, I had dinner at the Thomas Keller, they call it The Grill, and it's their steakhouse, although I didn't have steak. They had lobster thermidor. Now, you just don't see that on menus anymore, so I thought, well, you know, I'll just order that. And it was good. I enjoyed it. And then they had macaroni and cheese as a side, and it said serves two. And so when I'm ordering, I'm like, can we get a smaller portion? And it was still way more than it was enough to be its own meal, but I can't imagine what it's normally like. If it's supposed to serve two, it's got to be huge. But yeah, I'm stuffed to the gills now, because at the end there was a ice cream sundae and some cookies, and it was really good. But yeah, tomorrow is the Indian Islands, and I've got another Zodiac tour booked, because this is supposed to be one where we see a lot of wildlife. So I'm hoping it will be awesome. And then this is one of those things that only the small ships do. So we're in the Indian Islands from 6 a.m. I think we leave at noon, and then we go to Icy Strait Point, and we're there for, I don't know how long enough for us to do other things, right? And so it's so unusual going to two ports in one day. But yeah, well, I'm not sure if we dock or what we do at Indian Islands, but we'll find out. I'll let you know, and I'll let you know how it goes. Solo Sue signing off.